Hey YouTube, I'm back with you guessed it, another YouTube video. And so today's video, we're going to talk about my psych ward stay. And so if you've been watching my channel, you know that I did go to the psych ward for I think 10 or 11 days. And so I actually checked myself in because I was like seeing things, hearing things, seeing visions, just, the whole shebang. It was just like, it was a big deal, because I had never seen nothing like that. I mean, that was just like, it just knocked you off your feet, right? Because it's like, how am I seeing things that I shouldn't see, So it's really odd. And so I checked myself in. And so I actually wrote about it. So I'm going to tell you what I wrote. But I'm just kind of give you a backstory. And so before I started my YouTube channel, I was like ashamed that I had went to the psych ward because I was just like, like feeling shameful. Like, how could life just give me this, like this, and I'm just, in the psych ward and stuff like that. But now that I know a whole bunch of people been to the psych ward, like a whole lot of celebrities been to psych ward, like some famous, like a whole bunch of famous people been in the psych ward, and a lot of painters, artists been in the psych ward. Artists like painter artists and actual musician artists was in the psych ward. And so I'm like, I'm not ashamed no more because, I did what everybody do, who's an artist, so, well, I don't want to say everybody, so I'm not going to put that on every artist. Every artist don't go to the psych ward, so I'm not going to tell you that. But I'm saying that a lot of famous artists did spend some time in the psych ward. I didn't even know that. But they had, like, it's this YouTube video, and they was saying the curse of creativity, which I knew nothing about when I first started painting. So, and then I was telling my psychiatrist, I'm like, I got the curse of creativity. She was like, it's not a curse, it's a gift, and you just have to learn how to use it and stuff like that. And so then I stopped looking at it as a curse and as a gift, because everybody is not creative. And, it takes you to see things in your mind that is not there for you to create something. And so I never knew that because I just, I just threw paint on a canvas. I never knew that I had to actually imagine things that were not there. I had to actually feel feelings. I had to actually, get in touch with my emotional side and stuff like that. And so I'm going to write what I wrote at the psych ward stay, and then I'm going to give you commentary after that. So this is what I wrote. I said, I don't remember much about my stay at the psych ward because I was heavily sedated. But I do remember a man who I thought looked like Jesus Christ to me. It's like he shined or shone. I don't know the word to use, but he stood out to me. And the reason why, if I'm remembering right, it was because he had his hair with locks. And I believe medium length, and his frame was small. And he looked confident. And I thought to myself, that's how I want to look. All natural and confident. And when I spoke to him, I don't even know if I made sense to him because I was so doped up on psychiatric drugs. I can't even remember what we said in passing, but it was short. And this memory of this man lives rent-free in my mind from time to time. What I realized is I needed a fixed delusion to hold on to. I needed to believe he was real. I needed to fantasize of what I thought a man who would save me would look like. He didn't save me per se, or maybe not in a literal sense of a savior, but he saved my mind. He gave me hope to live another day, to actually believe that Jesus is walking the earth, and at my lowest moment, he would show up to give me hope, to keep me sane, to help me fight another day. Help me live a little longer, knowing that one day Jesus would send himself for me and we would be as one. So you see, the delusion was not in vain because I needed to believe that at my worst time in my life, and I needed to hold on to hope. Jesus would show up and save me. I used to often get mad at myself for believing a lie, believing that this man was real, believing that Jesus would come to me and save me. I no longer get mad at myself for believing a delusion because I needed it. I needed to know I was loved even at my lowest moments. I needed to know God would find me even in a psych ward. I needed to know life was more than paying bills, and most importantly, life was more than paying bills and dying. And most importantly, I needed to know that life was a gift and to cherish every moment of it because it is short and fleeting. And one day you're here with all your problems and the next day you're gone. So the delusion was not in vain. It taught me so much, even if he said so little, even if it was a lie, even if I made it all up. And that's what I call a beautiful lie, because that kept me going when you want to fall apart. Well, And that's what I call a beautiful lie, because that keeps you going when you want to fall apart. So I thank God for the mystery man that taught me so much but said so little to me. He will never know that he kept me holding on when I was slipping away, when I couldn't breathe or think right. He will never know that his image helped me through hard times. He will never know that his stay there wasn't in vain, even though he may have even gone through hard times himself. It's kind of funny how life works. One day you could be at the end of your rope, having the hardest time in life, and someone's very presence, if not for a short time, can change your life. So I pray he is doing well, if he is real. And I pray that one day I can inspire someone else like he inspired me, with a simple look, and help someone find their way back home, find their way back to Jesus, find their way back to hope. It's also odd that I remember him vaguely. I probably wouldn't even know him in passing, but the fixed belief still lives rent-free in my mind. And even though I can't remember in detail his features, I can remember how he made me feel, even if it was a lie that I needed to hold on to keep me living my life, to start to change my life, to start to find a new meaning to my life. He may not at all be like I remember, and I am okay with that. But for now, my memory chooses to see him in the light he could be or have even been, and that is enough for me. I always like to remember the best parts of people, not the worst parts, even if it's a lie. And so I thought that was really good to speak on that, because some people, it's a stigma around getting help. It's a stigma around mental illness, and, people just think, oh, you crazy, or you dumb, or you're not smart. But the whole thing is, mental illness is as serious as cancer. Mental illness is as serious as diabetes. Mental illness is as serious as any major cancer or brain cancer or anything. Is that serious. And so when someone says I'm struggling, take them at face value. Maybe you should help them get some therapy lessons, or some people may need to go inpatient, because it's a lot going on now. And so I'm no longer ashamed of my psych ward stay. Like, I feel like it made me a better person, because when I went in there, I won't say where I went, but I literally saw people like me, and I realized that, we all need help, and that was okay. That was okay to seek help and get help if you having a problem. It's always okay to seek help. And so I'm not like advocating for, mental health stays or anything like that, but I'm just saying, if you're really struggling, instead of, acting out or doing something irrational, you should try to seek help first. And so I used to get so mad that I thought Jesus was, in a psych ward with me, because I'm like, why would I think Jesus would be in a psych ward? But Jesus shows up at the worst times in your life. And I was heavily sedated. These are drugs that I never took before. So I started to stop being hard on myself and say that, you know, even if I did see a delusion, or even if I did see somebody who I thought looked like Jesus Christ, I really needed it. I never saw Jesus Christ in my life, you know. So just to know that his presence was there at the hardest time of my life, it made me feel much better. It inspired me to start writing books. It inspired me to start painting more. It inspired me to do a whole lot. And so that is it. That is my little nugget of truth. And you know, this is a art channel. And so I'm going to show you some more old art. Well, it's not old, but this is what I'm working on right now. So I showed you this before in my other videos, and you know, it's the same thing, the angel series. But like right now, I put like the portal. And so I made it silver because I was thinking about Mercury. Excuse me. I was thinking about Mercury, and I was like, you know, I don't know, I'm just like in a like fantasy kind of thing going on right now. So I was thinking like I should put silver on over there and put Mercury around it. Well, not Mercury actually, but make it look like Mercury. The I think it's an element. But that is it for today. So I will see you guys next time on the Christian's Corner. And remember, always be nice to people, because you never know what they're struggling with. You never know who they're going home to, and you never know if they're one day away from losing it, or, you know, going off the edge. So I always try to be nice to people and be respectful when you can. And I always try to walk away if someone is trying to, got a lot going on. If someone is trying to agitate you or, you know, make you upset and stuff like that, you don't always have to engage in negative behavior. You do not always have to engage in negative behavior. Now, if you're back against the wall, you know, that's another story. But, you know, if you can walk away, you should. All right, so that is it. I will see you later.